Hi everyone, I'm Louisa, I'm a makeup artist. I hope you're all keeping safe and well in this time of lockdown. I've never done one of these videos before, so I'm not quite sure where I'm meant to look. I think I'll probably just talk to myself. I thought I would take the opportunity to show you a makeup look. It's very quick, it's very easy. It's one that I haven't been wearing makeup for most of the lockdown, but I do get rosacea. So if I'm going on FaceTime or anything like that, obviously I don't want people to be looking at that. So I thought I would show you a very simple look, and one that is quite smoky, but not heavy. But I've got green eyes, and this particular look I quite like. I've discovered it. I mean, it's so easy, but it's the colour that I quite like. Colour is by Kevin Kwan, and the colour is number 216 for the palette. It's called Silvered Lilac, which I think is that one, but the one I like is this one, Blood Roses. And they also do a lipstick in the same colour, which is just heavenly, but that would be too much. I just want it to be a nice simple look. I'm going to start with the eyes. And then, because I don't want any of the shadow to fall, I very often start with the eyes, so that I don't then have to clean up and take off foundation. So I'm afraid you will have to look at my rosacea a little bit longer. But I've also discovered Huda Beauty, and this is called Matte Metal Melted Shadows. This is a beautiful little product, and they do all different colours in it. This particular one is called Bamboo Hoops. Now, the one side is almost like a concealer, and it's very matte. You could use it as a primer. This side is gold, and you can use it. I'll put some on the back of my hand, see if you can see it. It's stunning, and you can use that either all over the lid, it's a very high shine, so it's quite a definite look, or just use it as a liner, because it's got this beautiful thin brush. So your choice, you can use it as either. But today I am going to use the concealer end. I'm just going to put a tiny bit onto my lid, not very much. It's literally just a little stripe, and I'm going to smudge that all over, getting quite close to the lashes. It looks quite heavy like that. Might have put a bit much on, but you can work it in. Just use a different finger, it takes some off, pat it in, work it across. Quite like it to take away that bluey purpley tone that I can sometimes get on my eyelids. You can get different colours in this. That's it, and work it in right up close to the lashes. Can you see it almost disappears? But it just makes the eyes look not so tired, a little bit brighter. Do the same with this one. It really is, once you've got this look, you can do it with any colours. Technique's the same. Don't be afraid to play. You don't need loads and loads of brushes. In fact, I'm not even using a brush at the moment. Right, so now I've got a brown eyeliner, which I'm actually going to put in the waterline. It's not heavy, but it does give a smoky, more defined look to the eye. And I didn't want black today, although I do love black eyeliner. But I wanted it softer, and I'm going to go up into that waterline, the top one, which it feels strange when you first start doing that. You will get used to it. Very difficult to talk when I'm doing my eyes. Right, the next look is going to be, next part of the look is going to be using this eyeshadow. And you will see how it works with green eyes. I've got to say, any of you out there with blue eyes, the brown eyeliner is going to make them even more blue. If you've got green eyes like me, it's slightly more subtle. But this is a burgundy pink. I don't know if you'll see it in this light. I've tried to sit in the brightest part of my house. I'm actually looking out on the garden. I love these brushes, by the way. This is artist brush, and it's got like a, do you see, it's got like a blade-like brush edge to it. They're very easy to, they take a bit of use, you know, getting used to working with them, but you can get that really defined look. I actually don't want it as defined. I want it to be quite smudgy and soft. But if you can see, I don't know if you can see the colour of this, but it's got a pinky burgundy tone to it, which you don't want your eyes to look sore, but they won't with this, especially with green eyes. It will just make them look more green. Right, now I'm going to use the mascara. Might have to get a little bit more up close. Today I'm using Lancome Hypnose Doll Eyes, which I actually really like. It's quite new to me. I've used Lancome before, but not the doll eyes. I quite like it. The key to any mascara is to get right up close, deep down into the root. This will lengthen and thicken the appearance of the lashes. I'm going to do the same on the other side and then probably apply some more. But it does make your lashes look quite long, actually. I'm quite pleased. God, I can't move my mouth again properly. Can't talk properly, and I'm doing mascara. Okay, deep down into the root. That's not bad. Along the bottom. I'm going to go back over that one. Let's get even more definition. And actually, the other thing is I wear contact lenses. And what I like about this mascara is I don't get little flakes of mascara falling into my eyes, because that would irritate. Right, now I'm going to use, as a foundation, I'm going to use Becca Aqualuminous. This is in colour beige for me. Got a bit of a tan from being outside, but it's a very lightweight foundation. I don't want anything too heavy because I want it to be quite a natural, sun-kissed sort of daytime look. But also I found that with really heavy ones, it draws more attention to my rosacea. It's almost if the more I try and cover it, the more it stands out. And actually it really is true, less is more. So this is slightly light reflecting. It's quite a beautiful thin foundation. Now I'm not using very much of it. I literally am taking the tiny edge and just keep applying, but it gives that dewy glow. And actually, as you get older, that's what you want. Anything that is matte is going to be slightly aging, I find. It sits in any lines and emphasizes any, you don't get that youthful glow. Now, obviously I can still see my rosacea a bit. If I wanted to cover it up loads, what's happening there? If I wanted to cover it up loads, I could use a concealer on top. For now though, I'm going to just let this dry, soak in. And once it's dry, I'm going to see how it settles first. But I think that's a pretty good coverage for a very lightweight concealer, foundation. Right, now I'm going to, whilst that's dry, I'm going to do my brows. Now I have actually had my brows microbladed, albeit a very long time ago. So they probably could definitely do with a touch-up. But I found that they've become very sparse the older I've got. For me, I don't want big, thick eyebrows, but I do want a bit of definition. So what I'm using is Laura Mercier. Now this is the brunette palette. It's Sketch and Intensify Pomade and Brow Duo. And so one half is powder, that half. This half is like a pomade, like a waxy feel. Now that'll hold it in place. And the brush I'm using is an angled brush. I find it easier. So I've brushed it through. Now I'm just slightly going over. There we go. Just gives a little bit. Now by doing the brows, I know some people don't, and it's everyone's choice, but by doing it, you lift here and here, which personally I want. Now, I'm just going, I tend to go across rather than arched. There will always be a slight arch, but I tend to go, I like them slightly straighter. It's everybody's personal choice. Now, where they're a little bit sparse, and I need to add a tiny bit of colour, I'm actually going to get a brush like this. Quite like it, it's a bit pointy, get a little bit more definition. I'm just dipping it into the powdered part of this palette. Not very much, just a tiny bit. I'm not putting any here. If you put it here, it's going to make your eyebrows look quite thick and chunky. And you don't want that rectangular bit here. It'd be too, you don't want to actually see that. So, oh, the sun's coming in now. I might have to move over. Okay, so that's it so far. That's the look. I now going to use some of this Hourglass. Again, it is my favourite, so it's very tired, bless it. It's creamy. You've got a contour bronzing part to it, you've got a highlight and a blush, and it's just like that. So I'm actually going to use a little bit. Whilst I said I'm not sculpting and all of that, I was having a little play, and I realised, if you can see, if you just do a little bit, not much, of the bronzer around here and work it in, and I really didn't pick very much up on that brush, then it just gives you that healthy bronzed glow. You don't need much at all, and just keep working it in. Might do a little bit around there. I've hardly done anything. I hardly got any on my brush. So that's just like a healthy glow. Then, a little bit, I'm going to tap it into the blusher part and just dab it. I don't need much because I've got quite rosy cheeks as it is. But if I show you that, now I haven't been using lipstick as such. I haven't really wanted to. I might just add a tiny bit. I'm just going to go over now that my foundation has dried a bit. I just want to cover that bit. There. Now that's using the same foundation that is very thin and fluidy. It's not a thick cream, but it covers, and it's beautiful. I'm very impressed with it. Now this is magical. It's called Medieval. It's by Lipstick Queen. This is it. Now when you, again, much loved product, when you roll it up, it's that colour, but it changes on everybody. It apparently works with the pH balance in the body and changes colour accordingly. So for me, because I don't want a very defined look, I'm not going to put lip liner on. Straight onto my lips. and it's supposed to be the red that will suit everybody. But I didn't want a pillar box red. I just got that smoky under eye, and I just wanted something that was quite natural with a bit of a, there's a lot of shea butter in this, so it's very moisturizing, and again, not a matte look. I quite like this. So I hope you like this video. Let me know if you want any more, and I can do whatever you want me to do. Take care, stay safe everyone.